Uh, hey, everybody, my name is Dave, and I have a short story for you today about how my ego took over my brain at a jam and I got owned. That's right. Hey, I teach people how to play the saxophone, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, I'm so glad to see you. Now, this really isn't going to be a teaching lesson so much as kind of one of those, well, yeah, it's a teaching session, but not about sax technique, more about the mental game, all right? Now, this jam session I've been running for 2 years. I'm the guy that runs it. I'm the host, right? And I bring in players, and it's pretty much open. Don't really let too many beginners get up, but if you're intermediate to advanced level players come in from all over, and I'm generally the only alto sax player in the house, right? Most everybody shows up with a tenor sax, now and then a soprano, but pretty much a tenor sax crowd. So the night in question, guy rolls up on his bicycle, younger guy, right? T-shirt, shorts. I mean, it's at night, and he's got his little bike helmet on, and he comes in with his alto sax strapped to his back, and he begins to put it together, suck on a reed, get it wet, and all that business. And the band and I are cranking through our opening set. That's our custom, is to play the first set, and then take a break, and then let jammers come in and sit in with us. By the way, if you're ever here in Southern California, in my neck of the woods, you are invited. Bring your axe or just come and enjoy. No pressure either way, all right? So we invite the guy to come up and play. And right away, I mean, his stuff is beautiful. This young fellow, and he's, by the way, he's an exchange student from France, and I couldn't put an age on him, but I'm going to say early 20s, maybe college age. He's just blowing some beautiful solos. And here's what makes it, here's where my ego gets kicked. He's the only guy getting applause. Otherwise, the audience is like this. They're doing that kind of thing. And I started to go off my game a little bit and think, well, I better play like he's playing. Have you ever done that? Have you ever been to a jam and someone's come in and just blown your doors off, and you leave your basic saxophone footprint and try to cop whatever? I'm reminded of a piece of footage on YouTube of Stan Getz and John Coltrane together. I think you could find that probably just with that information. And John Coltrane's doing his usual, just blowing all over the place, and Stan's just standing there smiling, I think maybe even having a smoke. And when it's his turn to play, he just plays perfectly Stan Getz, wonderful, simple, melodic lines. He doesn't try to do John Coltrane. Well, that's not me. I come to jazz from an entirely different background. From the time I was 11, I got to high school, I played in rock and roll bands. I always played rock and blues and rhythm and blues, soul, that sort of thing. I'd never played jazz, didn't know jazz was till I got to high school, and started working on jazz at that point in time, and then went back to rock and roll and did that for years. So jazz, again, came along a little bit later in the game when I decided I wanted to learn some more. And the great tenor saxophonist Joe Murillo took me in, and I was his last student in this earthly plane. So here I am, and my approach to soloing is a little more R&B and blues based. And here's this guy just doing all these wonderful, voice leading and all the kinds of things that you study in school. And he's just getting wonderful applause and all that. And I'm just, I'm steaming inside. I'm smiling like this, but I'm steaming inside thinking, oh man, the guy comes to my jam and he outplays me. Isn't that, I know, that's where ego gets us in trouble. Now, there's nothing wrong with ego. It takes ego to get up and stand up and, lead a band, let alone, play in front of an audience at a jam session. I mean, it takes ego. Healthy ego is a good thing. Unhealthy ego, well, it still pops out. And that's part of the learning curve, isn't it, right? Just to get all of that business under control. All right, so what did I do? I went home and did I steam about it all night and think, oh, I'll never play again. Oh, I should just quit the band and quit the... No, I didn't do that. I thought about something. I thought, there are things that I always want to learn. And I remember this old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? And I've been making it a point to study voice leading and, some of the other kinds of things that we want to work on in terms of constructing a jazz solo. And this guy shows up. I thought, yeah, that's it. So sometimes when you put it out there, you decide this is the direction I want to go, right? The world becomes your library. I didn't make that up. Kobe Bryant, the late basketballer, that's something I borrowed from him. And I believe that's true. I don't believe in coincidences. So that's kind of how that night ended for me. I thought, okay, I can't play like that guy. No, but I can play like me, and he can't play like me. And in the final analysis, it's not worth getting bent. It is worth learning, but it's not worth getting bent because there's always going to be somebody better than you. And that's the kind of person you want to surround yourself with, painful as it may be at times. It's players that are better than you that are going to lift you up and help you on your way, as opposed to playing with people that just, are, All right. So anyway, that's all I got for you. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for indulging my story about ego. And again, it happens to all of us, all right? It happens to everybody. No fault, no blame there, okay? All right, play your horns. Have a good time. Do good work. Be good to each other. I'll see you here again. If you have any questions, of course, you can post them in the comments below, or you can email me directly. I'll have all that information in the description. I'll have some links that you can use to reach out to me, all right? I'm also opening up the studio to one-on-one counseling. I have some time in April and I have some time in May. If you'd like to do a little one-on-one work, we can get together over the phone or Zoom. And again, contact me and we'll work it all out. All right, take care. Thanks a lot for being here. See you again next time.